Welcome to Grounded, my Q&A live stream. This is episode, I think, 13. Yep. We're here with Vincent. Welcome, Vincent.
Hi, how are you guys doing?
If you don't know, I'll give you a little intro. Vincent is Vincent. He's on Twitter a lot. He loves Tesla, and he does a great job promoting the brand. He runs a blog, Tasmanian. He has a company also, Tasmanian, that they sell some Tesla products and stuff. But from my understanding, you just really enjoy Tesla. You love the cars. You want to teach people about them, help people out, let them know that these cars are great. And so you do that via Twitter.
Yeah, sure. I've been doing this since 2017, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, end of 2017.
Okay. And did you have a Model S or anything, or was the 3 your first?
No, actually, the three is my first Tesla.
Okay.
But I'm a Tesla shareholder since 2012, I believe, 12 or
Wow.
13.
That's
around
awesome.
that time. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That's really good. Yeah, I was watching them around 2014, I believe, right before they revealed the Model 3, and I saw the stock go from about $50 to 100. And my thought at the time was, "Oh,
Yeah.
I missed that one." That was my thought. And so, you see where we are now. So anyway, Vincent is joining us today. So normally, to give you guys a little background, if you are new to Grounded or anything, it's just a Q&A live stream. We talk about Tesla news. I take 10 or 15 minutes to talk about that. And then we're live. So I talk with you guys, whoever's watching the stream. We take questions. We go back and forth. It's a lot of fun. So Vincent is going to join us today and go over some of the news. Just, both of our opinions. We pretty much just tell our opinions or what we think about things. The news today is coming from Tasmanian, again, which is Vincent's website. So if you didn't know, Grounded is podcastable if you can't finish the live stream or you want to listen to it in your car or something. States are opening up, so more people are driving. Then you can listen on any podcasting platform you like. The date is May 21st, 2020. And I sometimes put my notes after the show is done, but I'm probably not going to do that today, to be totally honest with you. Okay, so let's get started with a little bit of news. We will start with... I want to talk about a little bit about Sandy Munro and him, tearing apart the Model Y, which has been pretty cool. I haven't honestly gotten to watch many of those. Have you seen his videos or any of them?
Yeah, I've been busy lately, but I saw a few of his tear down. It's quite impressive, to be honest with you. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the auto valves, that thing is like, wow. I was like, amazing.
Yes. Yeah. It's like the super bottle from the Model 3, another huge innovation.
Yeah, it's like a version 2.
Yeah. So he's just doing a really good job with that, and it's pretty interesting. I haven't gotten to watch a lot of it, but I have them all on my watch later. So hopefully,
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, hopefully I'll get to them eventually. But yeah, so that's a lot of fun. And then next up, okay, this was one I found really interesting. You have this article, Education and Experience Will Help Americans Trust Self-Driving Cars. So this was a study from PAVE. I've never heard of them, but whoever. And they were asking people, like, do they trust self-driving cars? And, most people, of course, are saying that they don't. But they found that people that were more educated about these self-driving cars were more trusting of them. And it makes perfect sense because there's no self-driving cars, right? They don't drive themselves yet. So you don't have much to trust. You can't fall asleep at the wheel. You can't look away. You're still paying attention. And I think the people that are really against this, they don't know. They haven't used autopilot. They haven't used all this good stuff. So, of course, they don't trust it. So, from your opinion, do you think that Tesla's going to be able to bring these people that aren't trusting it? Do you think they're going to be able to convince them?
I think the more people get to try the autopilot,
Right.
You start from autopilot first, that's like a first step of the full self-drive. So when people get to trust, or they get to try the autopilot, and sooner or later they will
Sorry about that.
they will believe it. They will believe about the full self-drive, because when I first bought my Model 3 in end of 2018,
Okay.
I was like, nah, I don't know, if I'm gonna try the autopilot. I still remember the first time I was using the autopilot. It's like, wow, it's crazy. Like the car able to, like driving by itself, and it took me like 3 days to get used to it. But
Yeah.
once you get used to it, you can't live without it.
You are
I don't know
so
if you
right.
have this feeling. It's like, right?
Right.
Like
Well,
I like
so
lit.
yeah, I was gonna say my first
Yeah, go
time
ahead.
I test drove a Model S, and the guys, I was like, oh, I want to try auto. That's why I test drove it. I want to try autopilot, and he's like, all right, just you pull the stalk towards you on the Model S. He's like, pull the stalk twice, and then kind of let off the steering wheel a little bit. And so I pull the stalk twice, and I'm holding the steering wheel, and autopilot turns on and immediately turns off, and I'm like, it's not working. And he's like, oh, that's weird. Try again. I do it again. He goes, okay, well, you got to let go of the steering wheel. I was taking back control because we're going 70
Yeah.
miles an hour. You don't and I'm like, you're not supposed to let go of the steering wheel. So let me, sorry, people in the audience is does Vincent sound okay, or is he loud enough? Let me know. But anyway, yeah, so that was my first experience. Is I just kept turning it off because I didn't trust it. Basically, that's what it was. So I think you're exactly right. As people use it more, they'll then, I mean, you just end up like knowing how it works. You know when it's going to make lane changes. You end up trusting it. So
Yeah, like I think the most tough part is the first time, the trust from the first time. Like the very first time I test drove my buddy's Model S, he's like, okay, tap twice,
yeah,
and I did it, and it's like, okay, let go of the steering wheel. I was like, no,
yeah,
I'm not gonna
exactly.
do that.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, no, 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 no.
It's just
like
not
you have
natural.
to trust it. Yeah, you have to trust the car. I was like, no, the 18 wheeler just right next to me. I was like, he's like, believe it, it'll be okay. I
Yeah.
was like, no, I'm so scared.
Yeah, yeah. And I still love to this day. I mean, I can't find
Yeah.
many people that I know that haven't experienced it because I kind of like am telling everybody, you got to try this. But whenever I can find somebody, I just love having them try autopilot because I mean, I know it's safe. I know it's going to work well. I mean, maybe I need to
Yeah.
turn off the stop signs and stoplights before they're doing that. But yeah, it's crazy. So yeah, I think as time goes on, people will figure it out. So next one is about Tesla China, which I don't know. I always cover this stuff because it's just Tesla's growth is so interesting to me. Not that it affects most people watching. I don't know if I have anybody from China that really watches, but I know there's a lot of Europeans. But they're making the long range rear wheel drive of the Model 3 for China, which is crazy because
which discontinued in US already.
I know, and everybody, a lot of people want
That's
it.
the best model.
I was gonna say, I'm sure you
best.
want it in California.
I want it. I want the
Right.
rear wheel drive.
I
Just
don't.
the longest range.
Right. I don't
Okay,
want. I want the. I want the all-wheel drive for the snow. Not that you need it, but I want it. But yeah, it's crazy because this was so like sought after here, and production can't be. I mean, don't they just take the motor out? I don't know.
I don't know. Like,
So those people in China are so lucky, and there must be something
Yeah.
about the market there that we don't get. But they're giving that there, and it's going to be the longest range. Maybe there's some competitors that have longer range EVs.
oh yeah, because the latest one, they have one called Xpeng or Xiaoping.
I
I
saw
know,
that.
like people call Xpeng or Xiaoping.
The one that
They
dances
have,
now, right?
Yeah, the dance one is
Yeah.
called the P7.
Okay.
So they have like a pretty good range, which they claim is a prototype. They don't have a
Oh,
production
well,
car
then,
yet.
yeah.
Like when the real stuff come, we'll see. But as of the spec they show, the range is pretty good. So I think that's why Tesla bring back the long range rear drive introduced to China's market.
Yeah.
I think it makes a lot of sense though. You know?
Yeah. Oh, I think it makes perfect sense. I'm just, I mean, again, I don't really care that much, but for the people here that want it, I'm just surprised that there must be something that we don't understand about production. But yeah, Max is saying they're optimizing for cheapest production with fastest production. Makes sense. So yeah, they end up with rear wheel drive
Yeah.
when they do that. So that's really good news for people of China though. And then, oh yeah, talking about Tesla, Fremont factory, and in Nevada, they're back to normal operations. So people are coming back to work.
Yeah.
Tesla dropped their lawsuit against Alameda County. Is that how you say that?
Yeah.
Which, is good. And it was
It's
a
good.
hard,
It's well expected,
Yeah.
It's expected.
and well, the lawsuit's
Right.
not that big of a surprise. And them dropping it isn't that big of a surprise because they're working.
yeah, they're working, so there's no meaning to go against the county anymore.
Right.
Like they get what they wanted.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And I, it was weird at first to me, how Elon was just kind of like going off and like, we need to work and blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, I totally get it. This guy's been building this company for how many years? And finally, they're profitable. Quarter one, which is crazy. 3 quarters in a row, first time.
That's the first time, yes.
And you get this virus out of nowhere that's messing them up. So obviously,
and we're just 1 quarter away to get into the SP 500,
which is
just 1
huge.
quarter away. You know, I know.
Yeah, through no fault of their own.
So so we'll see. Like hopefully this quarter will be Elon's able to pull the rabbit out of the hat.
Yeah. Well, actually, I have a coworker who I'm sure you know how this works. I mean, maybe in California it's already so widespread, but in Michigan there's still a lot of people that have never even heard of Tesla. They don't even know. I mean, last year I told my boss that my car was fully electric, and he didn't believe me. And I told him the Model S is fully electric, and he goes, "That huge car? There's no gas?" And I'm like, "No, why? What?" And he couldn't believe it. So yeah, there's still people in Michigan that don't know. So my coworker, of course, I gave her a ride in the Model 3. If like everybody would go out to lunch and they all come in, they all want me to drive. And then she saw the Model Y, and I was like, "You gotta just reserve it because and she got her email today that it's ready. In Michigan.
When did she place the order?
Oh, she reserved not that long ago, 3 or 4 months ago. Yeah, she was not a day one or anything like that. She just did the $100 non-refundable. So she did it 3 or 4 months ago. So she got her email. So they're cranking them out. I haven't gotten my email yet. I have one reserved. I don't know if we're gonna actually end up with it or not, but I really want to. No, she did not use my referral code because you can't use them on the Model Y yet. But yeah, unfortunately. But yeah, so
you should put up your referral code here.
Oh yeah, I got more miles than I know what to do with. You know what I want? I wish I'd win a Model Y.
Maybe you're gonna win a Roadster.
Yeah, maybe, well, yeah, of course, Roadster. I'd love to win that, but people have been winning the Model Y, and getting them, right?
Yeah.
I haven't heard anything, but that's all right. Maybe one day.
I keep checking my email.
Yeah.
Never.
How many referrals do you have? Do you know? You gotta have a good amount.
I didn't push my referral code like 20 something.
Oh,
like
okay. 20, okay. Yeah.
28, 29.
YouTube is a referral code gold mine. I mean, Andy Sly.
I know.
He has thousands or something.
Andy, yeah.
I'm at 136, I believe. And it's awesome.
Wow.
Well, and I literally never talk about it. I just have it in the description of my videos. And then, because if people want to use it, they can. We each get 1,000 miles. And if they...
Yeah, like...
Cool. And actually now I'm at the point in our local Facebook group, our Model 3 owners Facebook group, I push other people's because I'm like, I have enough miles, let somebody else have some free miles. And so now, because they were using mine from the Facebook group, and I'm like, no, there's other Tesla owners here. Let's kind of spread it out.
Like one thing is quite interesting is I last year around summertime, I went back, I went to China for my business trip because I travel a lot for business, and I talked to one of my clients into like buying Tesla.
Okay.
So they ending up bought 15 Tesla.
They bought 15
for his company. 15, yes.
Oh my gosh.
And I gave him my referral code.
Yeah.
And it's not working in China.
Oh.
I was like, oh man.
That's not fair.
I think like they have 2 separate regions, so our code in US is not working over there in China, so they have their own system.
I believe it, but
yeah, that's
unfortunate. Yeah, did you get any from the old program? Do you know?
Yes, like by the time it ends, I got 2% off for the Roadster.
Oh, okay. But that means didn't you get like a Powerwall or something too?
No.
Oh,
I don't get a Powerwall. I'm able to get the wheel, the forged wheel for Model 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, the older referral program is where it's at. I would have had 2 Roadsters by now, but maybe next time. Maybe in the next life.
Time?
That's so funny. Okay, yeah, and then somebody mentioned the vehicle to go. That's the last thing I want to talk about. And there's actually some new. I don't know if you've. I know you said you've been really busy, so you might not have even realized that this was going on. But so there was the
What's going
article.
on?
I think the well, you know about the vehicle to grid thing. That
Yeah,
was
yeah,
rumored,
yeah.
and I think Electric was the first one to put that out. And there was some engineer that was looking at the board where the car charges, and he saw inverters. You can go AC to DC to charge the car, or DC to AC to power your house. Well, then there's this other YouTube channel that was sent to me by a subscriber, EngineerX. He spells it strange, but in my vehicle to grid video, I pinned a comment with his video, and he basically has that board from I think a late 2018 Model 3 is his board, and he's saying that this isn't actually true, that you can't do vehicle to grid on the current boards in the cars. And he got kind of a lot of crap for this, so he then made another video where he actually showed he like should put a voltmeter on it and everything. He's like, you cannot go that direction. So I couldn't tell from any of the articles I read. It sounded like all the cars were capable, but now it's maybe looking like it's only newer cars, which would kind of make sense because a lot of people were thinking this is only coming with the new million-mile battery, right?
Yeah,
Because you gotta
probably.
you gotta worry about degradation, and that was my first thought. Is right now our cycles of the battery are measured in miles. It's a I guess I could sit there and idle my car for 5 months and run the battery up and down, but who's going to do
Yeah.
that, right? Now this vehicle to
Yep.
grid, you have battery degradation, which in Teslas is like you can ignore it anyway, but you have it, and there's no way to measure it. But with this new battery tech, maybe it doesn't matter. So I wanted to clear that up a little bit because I was a little disappointed. I was all excited to power my house with my Model 3.
Yeah, so with your Model 3 will become your like giant power wall,
Yeah,
if they is that able to work.
right.
Like 60 something
70.
to 75 kilowatt.
Yeah, 70 kilowatt
Yeah.
hours. Yeah. Yeah. So that's what I want because, I just got solar installed and it's still not on because these guys won't come inspect it.
It
But
takes like 3 weeks though. Takes 3 weeks,
it's messed up.
You get the PTO or something, permit to operate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it took me like few weeks to get the PTO, and then but it works pretty well. Like the one I have, it's like it's wonderful right now.
Did you get Tesla solar?
Yeah, I got the Tesla solar, the panel,
Yeah.
and then I was like thinking to get the power wall,
Mhm.
and then like that the COVID-19 stuff happened.
Oh, okay,
and I was
okay.
like, okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll just wait.
Well, that's the story for my solar is we signed up and then like a week later, everything got shut down. And so I was waiting this whole time, and then they finally came and installed it. And now they're saying they can't get the guy to come out and inspect it. So I don't know what's going to happen.
Oh,
Yeah, pretty
so
unfortunate.
I think the city have to send, or the electric company have to send something.
Well,
to
first
do
it's the county.
inspect.
Yeah, the county's going to send
Yeah.
the inspector. And then once he's done, then the electric company will come and they'll change my meter so that it knows that I'm giving them or taking.
Oh, so you didn't have the new meter yet?
I don't have the new meter yet. So my solar works. I've turned it on and
Oh.
used it. But the problem is my meter right now can't tell when I'm sending power out. So it counts it as I'm using the power.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to turn it on and pay them, to make electricity.
Yeah, I know.
But so I really, I would love a power wall because we lose power here. I mean, it happens like a few times a year. We'll lose power for a few hours, like when our baby was born, we were losing power every other day for like half the day. It was terrible.
Wow.
And so power wall would be amazing, but there's no really ROI on it. So I gotta save up some money. The solar was easy to justify because
Yeah.
you're paying yourself for it. But Satin Gray Tesla says hi, by the
Yeah,
way.
like I was waiting for like a bigger size of the power wall because I don't really need two power walls, like because each one is about 13.5.
Yeah,
Is that
13
correct?
something. Yeah,
Like,
I think so.
yeah, and then 13 something, and then like I literally calculate it's like because my peak hour is starting from 4 p.m.
Oh wow.
and later. So so like literally I need around like 18 to 20 kilowatt
to get
around
through that
18
time.
for the nighttime.
Yeah.
So I literally don't need two power walls, but if they're able to make something like 17 or 18
Yeah.
kilowatt, then I'll buy it.
Your electricity is more expensive at 4 p.m. You're saying?
Yeah, from 4 p.m. My plan. Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's the peak hour, because like in California, people just get off work and they like people start to use electricity. That's the peak hour.
Interesting. Okay, ours is my on peak is 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. That's the expensive, and then 7 p.m. to 11 a.m. is the off peak.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so that's pretty strange.
For me, like after 9 p.m. will be like the cheapest rate.
Okay.
After 9 p.m.
Okay. Yeah. So 4 to 9 is very expensive.
Very expensive.
Okay.
It's like 3 times than regular.
Wow.
Hours.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And they've been raising rates on you too? Have they been making it more expensive too, raising the rates?
No, I think like they keep the rate the same,
because
go ahead.
I was just gonna say ours went up 9% last year, and it's going up 4.7% again next month.
Wow.
Yeah. So
that's
I need
crazy.
solar.
Yeah, you do need solar.
Yeah.
Yeah. How big is the system?
14.4 kilowatts.
Oh, that's huge.
It's a big boy.
That's really cool.
Well, I wanted to cover
that's a big
everything.
one.
And then we have, of course, the Tesla, but then literally everything in our house is electric. Our stove, our dryer, everything.
Yeah,
So,
like I think it makes a lot of sense to put as many as possible if you look at the invoice. I don't know if you read through the invoice. That's a big amount. Is like the fee go to the county. It's like a one-time fee. That's like 40% of the total cost.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's crazy.
So, yeah. When I look at the invoice, it's like, oh wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. Okay. So, all right. So that's kind of all the news I wanted to talk about. I don't know if you have anything on your mind that, like the past few weeks, I was supposed to do this last week and I skipped it. Oh, look, the dogs are here. I don't know if you have anything that, interesting Tesla related or anything really tech related that you wanted to talk about.
Like one thing I think is quite interesting is like you get to see a lot of people trying to get Tesla to move their headquarters to their location.
Yes.
Dude, did you see Bill Ackman?
No, I didn't see
recently.
Bill Ackman. No.
He's pitching Elon Musk to move the headquarters. Like you get to see like from like how many states. I lose count already.
Yeah.
Like so many locations.
I saw was it Utah that decorated the oil guy or whatever, and they put his Elon's face. That was a little creepy, but I get it, I guess. That's huge, and why wouldn't they? I mean, look at how Tesla builds these gigantic. They have the biggest factories in the world, right? And they employ so many people. How could you not want that? So
yeah, they're gonna. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I wish they'd come to Michigan.
I think like Tesla will keep the operation in California for sure. Because from my own perspective, for a company to move their production line, it's not easy. And it's not. It doesn't make sense.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, they might have like more location,
I would love to see it. I would love to see him go to Texas.
Yeah, just to diversify the risk, like if like California is giving them hard time, then now we have like a couple more location in different state,
Right, or an earthquake or tornado. I mean, you don't have tornadoes there, but who knows, right? Like anything can happen, so you definitely you have to be spread out. You really do.
Yep.
So I just wish they'd come to Michigan because like what a slap in the face it would be to the big three for them to come, especially like, I don't know if you know the history of Flint, but Flint basically was like a GM town. GM like employed everybody there and they had these big factories and blah, blah, blah. And then they, I don't know the details on why they left, but they basically abandoned the whole city. And now that's why the city's so poor. And that's why they had this water crisis, because they don't have any money and the citizens can't pay the taxes and nobody has jobs. And so Flint is just like this ruin that was left in GM's past. And if Tesla could take over that entire city, it's a city ready for millions of people. They can move a plant there, employ everybody, make it right next to Detroit. I mean, like an hour from Detroit. Imagine it.
Yeah.
Having like Tesla City versus. Oh my gosh! But
that would be so epic.
it would be amazing. But the unfortunate part is we have unions here, and the audio union would ruin it for them. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
No,
so
no union.
let's
Okay.
let's talk to some people because that's probably why they're here. You know, my screen, just so everybody knows, I can see the chat, but all my stats are frozen. So that's why I keep looking down at my phone to see that I see the stats from my phone. And there's 45 people here, which is very weird. Vincent probably thinks I'm a liar because I'm like, oh, we're normally at like 100 to 150, and we normally are. So I don't know where everybody's at, but that's all right. So yeah, people want to talk to us. So somebody was asking you something, and Vincent you're looking at the chat, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so
I
Satin
like
Gray
those
Tesla
two.
is asking you what your experience was like meeting Elon, and if Elon said anything cool, or if he leaked any new info when they were talking off camera. I would love to hear about that.
I don't think he didn't leak any info like off the camera, like, but we do have lunch together, during
Still?
the interview. So
Okay.
uh I mean the during the
Sure.
the third row,
Yeah.
the podcast interview,
Mhm.
like, yeah. One thing I found interesting is he loves Diet Coke.
Diet
Just like
Coke?
me. Yeah.
Okay, that's funny.
Yeah.
I
funny,
I drink that
and-
at work too.
yeah.
Actually, every day I have a can of Diet Coke.
Yeah, me too. It's like it's my everyday things.
Yeah. So what else?
Yeah.
Tell us more about what it was like meeting him, because I'm 1 degree of separation from Elon right now, even though I've never talked to him, but one day.
Yeah, you will maybe. Yeah, for sure. And like, I think he's pretty cool and down to earth person, and like, it doesn't looks like or sounds like a boss to us. It's more like a wide open person. Like he's willing to talk everything, and it's like no pressure. And like we originally thought like the interview gonna be 1 hour.
Yeah.
Because yeah, that's what the
Yeah, and he's busy,
Elon's
right.
assistant told us.
Okay.
Yeah, he's busy, and then by the time it's like 1 hour, about like 55 minutes, and I'm really hungry during that time. And then Elon just looked at his cell phone. He said, "Oh, why don't we order the lunch?" And then we was like, "What?" So just keep going. He's
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, I'll say okay," and we just keep going, and we we're literally in his house around like 5 hours.
Oh my gosh,
Or
that's
more.
amazing.
Yeah, with 1 hour lunch break. Yeah, something like that. It's
Wow.
pretty amazing. Yeah.
It is. So that's
very
cool to hear that he's who you'd expect.
Yeah, he's like, it's not big, like not much of a difference from what we learned, like how he is on Twitter.
Mhm.
On Twitter, it's like almost the same person.
Yeah.
Like he talks everything.
Mhm.
If he don't likes it, he say it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah, very down. It's like, yeah, like like a real person for sure.
Yeah, that is awesome. That's so cool to hear. Satin Gray
Mhm.
Tesla is asking if Elon fixed the water in Flint. It's not fixed yet. I think it's actually a lot's been done. He donated a lot of water, and he goes to Flint occasionally. I remember last year everybody was freaking out because GM had an announcement about the Bolt factory where they make the Chevy Bolt, and the same day Elon was flying in. And everybody's like, oh my gosh, Tesla GM partnership. They were freaking out, but he was just visiting Flint to do some stuff for that. And yeah, he has supplied water filters, I think, for all the schools. And then is Elon the same when he's off camera as when he's on camera? I think you answered that. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm like really glad to hear that. Cause these people, sometimes they're like two people, right? But
Yeah.
that's nice. I hear full self-driving prices going up. How much do you guys think it's worth? Well,
Oh, good question.
yeah.
Very good question. Like, depends on how often you're gonna use it. If you're gonna use it like every day, it might just cost you $1 a day for the rest of your life or less.
Yeah. That's a great way to that's a great
Right?
way to put it. That's a great way to put it. I always just look
Yeah.
at like my that's yeah, I haven't really thought about it that way. I just look at my budget and I'm like, man, 7 grand. And this is nice for me and you because we have really contrasting like economic environments, right? California is much more expensive.
Yeah.
So a 7 grand to your kind of situation isn't as big of a percentage as 7 grand is in Michigan to anybody. It's just different. And so, but yeah, to look at it from, or eight, I guess we should just start saying 8 grand because it's going up. But yeah, if you use it every day,
Yeah, 8 grand.
yeah, if you use it every day, you should.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
For what it does, I mean, no other car can do anything even close. So you gotta remember that. Do you have full self-driving or do you just have enhanced autopilot?
I have the full self drive, but unfortunately, with my Model 3, I'm still using 2.5. Hardware 2.5.
What? Why?
Yes, I don't know. Like,
Did you
I'm still
schedule
waiting
it?
for the.
Schedule it.
I did, and it's funny like that. On the day I'm supposed to go do the installation of the hardware 3, they actually text me about, oh, we made a mistake. Your hardware 3 is not ready yet. So I was like, okay.
How long ago was that?
I know. Before the pandemic.
Oh,
Right before the pandemic.
yeah. So now
Yeah,
everything is messed up.
February, March, or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. That's funny. You were saying you traveled to China a lot. Will they even let you in anymore? Or are they banning U.S. now?
No, they're banning US now.
Yeah.
Like if I'm gonna fly to Asia or China right now, I have to do like 14-day quarantine.
Oh, when you get there?
When I get there, and when I come back, I have to do another 14 days. So
Oh,
it's not worth like a month. It doesn't make any sense for me.
yeah. So you have to spend a month quarantining to travel, basically.
Yeah, for like a 2 weeks business trip, it's not worth it.
Yeah. Definitely not worth it.
Yep. So,
That's
let me see.
Yeah.
Any questions?
Full self-driving where I live with the upcoming price increase in taxes in Canada is 12,000. Oh my gosh, that's not worth it.
12,000?
12,000
Are you
Canadian.
serious?
So it's not real money.
Oh, but it's still a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's a ton of money. So wow, guys.
Hopefully they're
Yeah.
able to do like a monthly payment for
Mhm.
most of the people. I think it will work.
Yes,
that.
that's pretty big.
Like a
Yeah.
monthly subscription.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not something I would want. I try to get all my monthly stuff to nothing or as low as I can because I don't know. That's just the way I look at it that way. Like if I can just pay stuff off and then be done with it. So yeah. The other thing that I meant to mention when you were talking about the new getting a power wall is now we really want to wait for battery day coming up, right? Because who knows what the heck they're going to say. I think it's mostly car related.
Yeah, what if they say like 15 kilowatt or like a 20 kilowatt?
Right.
Power?
Or they lower the price or, we're producing 1,000 a day. Because I don't think you can get one very easily. I think if you order one, it takes a while to come.
Yeah, it's going to take a while.
Yeah.
For sure.
So that's what they need is they need to up production and lower the price for me anyway. But yeah. John says the monthly full self-driving will be more up than just financing it up front. Yeah, financing it is probably the best option, but Tortellini says they got here late. Who are we talking to? Well, if you're not in the Tortellini's not really in the Tesla community so much. This is Vincent. He's a famous guy from Twitter. He has met Elon.
Not that famous.
And you're Twitter famous, I would say. He's met Elon and had an interview with him like in person with a few other people, which is just so interesting. And he's just like a positive face in the Tesla community, which is really nice. So I'm a little disappointed in everybody right now because normally there are so many questions I can't keep up. And I think everybody's just being a little shy. Normally, like I said, I go over, but if people aren't having questions, we might end it a little early. Vincent can't stay the whole time either way.
Yeah.
But did I move my computer? Wow. Riveting question. No, I did not. Is the answer to that. So, I actually have not been driving my Model 3 at all lately, which is really sad because, well, so with the lockdown, we're not doing, I still work, but besides that, we're not doing any driving, and we have our other car is a lease. We have a Chevy Equinox.
Okay.
And we have to put the miles on it because when we got the lease and then we got the Model 3, and obviously nobody wants to drive the Equinox, right? We all me and my wife both want to drive the Model 3. So we're way behind on miles. So I've been taking it almost every day to work.
Sense, though.
It's terrible. It's terrible. When I first got my Tesla, I thought I was making a sacrifice going electric. I thought I was like, it'll be annoying to be electric. It charges slow, but I want this cool tech.
How can you drive the car without autopilot right
now? No, I know.
How?
I suffer.
Dude.
I suffer.
Yeah.
I really
panic, Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, without all the safety features. Yeah.
Yeah, like like one time is quite interesting is when I was driving. Like you use autopilot all the time, and once in a while you want to drive it by yourself. So literally, I was driving with I was driving with my wife, and then she was asking me like, "What's wrong with your car? Like, is that got something wrong?" I was like, "No, I'm just driving it." She's like, "Oh, thanks God. I thought your autopilot is like not working."
And now you've become a worse driver.
Am I that bad?
That's so funny. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. So now we got a few.
So, are you guys getting Cybertruck? Yes. I ordered the Cybertruck.
Okay. Just one?
Two.
You ordered two?
I pre-ordered. Yeah.
Did you get tri-motor or one of each or?
Try and do.
Yeah. I only ordered the dual motor. I'm definitely
it makes a lot of sense.
I'm 99% getting it, but I actually just this week upgraded to the tri-motor before the full self-driving price changed. Because I want that 500 miles.
Oh, you want the 2.9 seconds?
No, I don't want the 2.9 seconds. I want the 500 miles in winter. That's the thing is you don't have to deal with the cold. You don't know what it's like to get your range cut in half. It's a pain in the butt.
That's true.
So
yeah, that makes sense.
And here we go. All right, go ahead, Vincent. Take these, and I can answer after you.
Sure. Like people asking what models I'm driving. Model 3 and a Model Y right now. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you got both.
Yeah, I have both right now. Like literally, it's not my Model Y. It's my wife's Model Y.
Oh, so yeah, of course.
It's like Earl. It's not my car.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah, Nicholas was asking for a rundown of all your Tesla products. So you have those, and you have the panels.
Yeah, Model Y, Model 3, Tesla solar panels, and Cybertruck, 2 of the Cybertruck. I think that's about it.
Okay.
That's a lot.
Are you getting a Roadster?
Don't ask me. It's a tough question.
You got 2% off.
This is it's a very, very tough question. Like I want to get it, but my wife, she's not happy if I'm order one. She's like, you don't need a Roadster. Like
right.
You're not 20 something. You don't need a Roadster.
You're like, if I was 20 something, I couldn't afford it, so it's time.
Right?
Yeah.
I was like, okay, yeah, maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Okay, that's pretty funny.
One day. Yeah. I want it.
Right. Yeah, of course.
Sure. What else? What a Corvette? Really? How,
Which one? Can you read the whatever question you're going to answer?
it's like uh oh, okay, it's like Vincent, my wife wants a C8 Corvette. How do I convince her to go to a dark side? Well, maybe you should like it's a 1.9 second, right?
Yeah.
The
That's the
the
base
base
model.
model. Yeah, that's the base model,
Right.
So yeah, I don't see a lot of car able to do 1.9 seconds.
None.
Like
I don't think
literally
there's
the
any.
car. Um, Bugatti, I think, is the one able to do it, but
Really?
it's like $1.2 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
so.
Okay.
Yeah, that's literally like 5 times more than the Roadster.
Right. Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah. That is really crazy.
Okay, so what else? Question. I think that's about it today. So,
That's all.
hey,
Okay.
Chris, I think I'm gonna go
Yes.
around. Yeah, around about the time.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. Thank you so much for joining us. I wish more people had
No
come, but
problem, man.
that's all right. It was really interesting. I liked hearing about your encounter with Elon. That's really cool.
Yeah, that's great, and I have fun too. Thanks for having me.
Yep. All right. Thank you so much.
Okay.
And
Okay.
maybe we'll do it again
Thank
sometime.
you.
Bye.
Sure, no problem, man.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Alrighty, guys. So I'm gonna finish up. Oh, that looks weird. I have to be in Zoom. I don't want to. Well, maybe I can switch it. Let's see. I might go away. No, I went away. Okay. So that was talking with Vincent. Yeah, my camera got flipped. That's why you guys were asking that. That was a lot of fun. He has a lot of experience. I'm disappointed there weren't more people here because, having more heads in the room gives us more ideas for questions and stuff. But that's all right. Still had a lot of fun. I wasn't thinking much about him meeting with Elon. So I'm glad you guys asked that. So yeah, Bugatti can't do 1.9. Yeah, I didn't think so. I didn't think there was any production car, because of course, like Formula One cars can do crazy stuff. I didn't think there was a production car that could do 1.9. So I'm going to call it there. That's going to be it for Grounded tonight. I want to go work on a video I